What exactly happened that led one of BTS's members, Jimin, to reportedly suffer a serious injury during his military service? This tension not only shook the fans, but also drew the attention of South Korea's public and the world. Was this injury purely an accident, or is there something bigger behind it? This shocking news first surfaced from local South Korean media reports stating that Park Jimin, one of BTS's key members, suffered a serious injury during his military duty. Notably, a military doctor eventually spoke up, emphasizing that this was not an injury that could heal with just regular rest. We are closely monitoring the patient's condition. Structured recovery is required, with intensive medical supervision, the doctor asserted to the media, although refusing to explicitly name the patient. However, the public and fans had already concluded that the statement referred to Jimin. This medical statement sparked widespread concern. Several media outlets reported that the injury likely resulted from extreme physical training or an accident during duty sessions. Yet, until now, no official statement has detailed what exactly happened at the training site. This uncertainty has made the situation even hotter. Even more surprising was the emotional reaction from Jimin's group mate, Jungkook. In a brief post on the social media platform Weverse, Jungkook wrote an emotionally charged sentence. "I can't stay silent seeing this. Justice must be served, even if it means I have to fight." The post was deleted within minutes, but screenshots had already spread widely online, fueling wild speculation. What exactly does Jungkook know? Some Korean pop culture analysts believe that Jungkook's statement is not merely an expression of ordinary concern. Professor Min Hwan from Hankook University commented, "If a major celebrity like Jungkook dares to make such a statement, there's a high possibility of internal dynamics or irregularities within the military system that the public is unaware of." This means the public is not just facing news about a celebrity's injury, but also potential structural problems within the military environment. The situation escalated when additional reports emerged from an anonymous medical staff member who claimed to work at the military facility where Jimin was treated. He mentioned that Jimin had actually been complaining of pain for several days, but did not immediately receive adequate access to care. Only after his condition worsened was he finally transferred to a more advanced military hospital. If true, this report would further reinforce public concerns about the neglect of medical procedures. As the news about Jimin's serious injury during his military service spread widely, the public was faced with a fundamental question. To what extent can we trust the narrative formed before us? Are these reports truly based on verified investigations? Or are we witnessing media-engineered stories aimed at grabbing attention, stirring emotions, and creating viral storms on social media? As we listen to Jungkook's emotional sentence, "I can't stay silent seeing this. Justice must be served, even if it means I have to fight." We need to ask, is this truly a signal of something wrong behind the scenes, or merely a spontaneous outburst from a friend overwhelmed by emotion? Isn't it too risky for the public to hastily conclude that Jungkook knows something bigger without concrete evidence? Most of the information circulating now comes from informal channels, TikTok posts, YouTube reaction videos, wild speculation on Twitter, and fragments of online articles that sometimes prioritize clickbait over substance. Have you ever asked, who first spread this information? Is the source credible, or just an anonymous figure hiding behind the scenes? Furthermore, are you confident that all the media you consume always adhere to principles of verification, cross-checking, and accuracy before broadcasting news? Or are these media outlets, consciously or not, also trapped in the stream of sensationalism in pursuit of clicks, engagement, and traffic? As a consumer of information, have you trained yourself to check the origins of news before resharing it? Professor Min Hwan once commented that Jungkook's statement might indicate structural problems within South Korea's military system. But let's pause and ask, can a professor really conclude institutional dynamics based solely on a single short post that was even deleted? Isn't it too dangerous for the public to fall into conspiratorial thinking patterns without real evidence? Is it possible that certain parties are strategically using this news to pressure the military institution? Or is this simply part of the natural cycle of entertainment media, where every event involving major celebrities like BTS will always be amplified into a global discussion? Many parties feel disappointed because HYB's official statement sounds normative and too general. But let's reflect. Is it reasonable for a company to choose caution when providing private medical information? Does the public have full rights to know every detail of an artist's health condition? Or are there moral and ethical boundaries that must be respected? Does public dissatisfaction with HYB's statement reflect a failure in their communication? Or does it actually show excessive expectations from fans and media who feel entitled to all the personal information of their idol artists? In this digital era, where a single social media post can create an information storm in seconds, we all must ask, am I helping to clarify the situation? Or am I unknowingly becoming part of the spread of unverified speculation? Have you ever checked whether the news you read and share comes from a credible source? Or do you simply trust it because it aligns with your expectations and personal emotions? Let's consider for a moment. If it turns out that some of these reports are proven wrong or exaggerated, who will be responsible for the psychological impact, both on the artists concerned and on their millions of fans around the world? We are aware that much of the information we present here comes from various media sources ranging from TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, to online news portals. However, the truth of this information still requires further verification. Therefore, we invite you, the readers, not to immediately trust every piece of news circulating, no matter how dramatic or touching it may sound. Are you sure that everything you see on your phone screen is a complete reflection of reality? Or do you realize that often, the news you consume has gone through editing, framing, and even selection processes determined by certain parties' interests? If you are a BTS fan, are you able to separate emotional loyalty from objective judgment of facts? If you are a neutral observer, do you realize how powerful the media is in shaping public opinion, even when some information is still speculative? At the end of this discussion, we want to pose some reflective questions. Do you truly believe that Jimin's injury event is real, based on verified evidence? Or are you starting to question whether this is merely a fabrication aimed at attracting global media attention, creating sympathy, and boosting popularity dynamics? If you find that some of this information turns out to be wrong, are you willing to acknowledge and adjust your perception? We invite all readers to pause, reflect, and assess with a cool head. In a world where information can be manipulated so easily, are you part of the solution that clarifies the situation? Or are you unknowingly helping to extend the fog of confusion? Remember, in every information storm, the greatest power does not lie in how quickly we absorb news, but in how critically we process and question its truth. Thank you for following this discussion. Stay skeptical, stay reflective, and always remember that behind every headline, there are always layers of stories more complicated than they appear on the surface.